What up?
Damn it. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Why Am I Nervous and Joe What Up Comics for this very special breaking news that just came about. I was eating my fucking Chinese food and I fucking saw it on CBR and Newsarama. Batman, they're recasting the Joker
Yet
again
again.
for the fucking 90th fucking time. So,
There's something to be said for leaving well enough alone at this point. No one's going to top Ledger, I don't think, anytime soon. And if someone's going to, they need to have the time to, you got to space out some of these appearances. I think we've had a Joker appear in a movie for it's like every 2 years he shows up in something else.
it is fucking insane. I can go on a tangent. This is like everything we've been talking about on the show. Like, why not just stick with the comic material? Maybe you shouldn't fucking recast. Maybe you should do it the right way. So, real quick, let's get into it. According to the direct insider, Daniel Rachman has learned there are plans for the Joker to appear in the Batman's 2 sequels. However, he's not expected to appear in the Batman proper, which would make sense as the film is already packed with rogues such as the Penguin and the Riddler. If this is indeed true, the Harley Quinn of hate won't be the only longtime Batman foe to be on the table for this new trilogy of Batman pictures. For next year's debut of Pattinson in the Batsuit, it's already been confirmed that Colin Farrell will be playing the Penguin, Paul Dano is the Riddler, Zoe Kravitz is Catwoman, and the ever-brilliant John Turturro, I hope I did that right.
Totoro, yeah.
Turturro will be turning up the mob boss Carmen Falcone. Most recently, audiences have seen Joaquin Phoenix pulling the Oscar-winning performance for the Joker in Todd Phillips' 2019 movie. What the fuck?
Yeah, like we said already, it's too much. You've got to give you've got to give people time off the character for them to fully appreciate him again. Because you come off Jared Leto's character, which was poorly received. Again, I think it was very bad source material. I don't like the direction they went in those films. I do think obviously the Joaquin Phoenix movie did incredibly well. As I said in the last episode, I'm still actually behind the 8 ball on that where I haven't seen it yet. But I've heard enough about his performance to know that it's a pretty good job overall. Everyone's raved about the film. So I don't understand why you're immediately trying to force something down. And I also think it's very telling that DC is so gung-ho on this movie where the star won't even work out. He's the only superhero that should be in shape, and he's not working out for the film. And they've already greenlit 2 sequels. It just seems a little desperate, for lack of a better word.
I mean, where do you go from here? I mean, it's just ridiculous because, like I said, I don't like the Harley Quinn that Margot Robbie does in a look wise. I think performance-wise she is great with it. But I don't like the look. Again, I've said it.
Well,
times.
the too many tattoos. It's too gangster as opposed to being actual clown prince. You know what I mean? He's like, oh look, he has a little smile on his hand because Batman broke his teeth. Like, I don't care.
He has a grill. He has a gold grill.
Yeah, it's a grill too. It's ridiculous. Like, the whole thing's it was too over the top. Like, they tried to do something and it didn't stick. I don't know why they don't have focus groups for this, where they can talk to people and be like, "Do you hate this idea?" And everyone would have said, "Yeah." And they'd be like, "Okay, we won't do it then."
I mean, what does this say for? So you have the Penguin and the Riddler art, obviously. Does that mean they're gonna get killed off? Probably not.
No, I think this movie, the idea that I do like that they're going into this film with is that everybody kind of has, sorry, not everybody. Well, everybody has a part in it. Like, every rogue kind of has a part. Like, my understanding is he's going through trying to solve a case, which we've never really seen the full-on detective version of Batman before. So that's a cool angle. But he's going to see in every rogue, so you kind of get, a flash of his full gallery. If, Poison Ivy's your favorite, she's going to be there for a little bit. If Riddler or Scarecrow are your favorite, you might see a little bit of them here and there. I think that aspect's cool. I think it does potentially set up for something larger, but I think they're getting ahead of themselves by greenlighting it before it's even come out, because there is so much controversy recently over the Batman character and supporting characters. You know what I mean? Like, people are still trying to figure out how they feel about Ben Affleck, who
Sucks.
I disagree, but I just think it's too soon. They're rushing a lot. And I think you honestly run the risk of confusing people too, because is the DCEU officially dead? Like, are Aquaman movies going to count towards anything? So, and this Batman movie is going to be completely independent of them, and maybe we'll see another Batman. The Snyder Cut's still coming out. So, like, I don't know what anything means anymore. There's no clear direction, which kind of piggybacks off what we were saying the other day, where a lot of what they do outside of films, DC, I mean, a lot of their outside film presence is very well done, very well organized, and this just seems like, whatever, it's going to make money, just send it out there.
And just kind of whipped it together. Because they are supposed to be following, I think, either The Long Halloween or Hush. One of those is supposed to be kind of like the backbone of this.
Interesting, I didn't know that.
That's what I was read somewhere a while ago. I mean, everything's kind of been on hold. Who knows? I probably rewrote the script fucking 30 times.
Yeah, probably. Well, yeah, because the original one was supposed to have Deathstroke and, fighting Ben Affleck. So I feel like this has changed like 30 times already.
Yeah, I mean, where do you do it? So if they now, like I said before, which I got that article from CBR and from Newsarama, what do you do with Harley Quinn? Like she just got another movie greenlit, which is supposed to apparently tackle what happened with Robin in Dawn of Justice, which they briefly showed. So now you're talking about, okay, what happens with that Joker? That Joker doesn't exist, and now, so are you going to have?
Or is this an alternate version? Like, are they flashpointing this? It all kind of piggybacks off what we said in episode 2. Like, what exactly are they doing here?
I mean, like, again, so you're going to have 2 Harley Quinns going at the same time? Is that what they're going to do?
Maybe, or I feel like they can't really recast her because she's actually been one of the more successful characters. It'd be like if they recast Jason Momoa. They'd be like, all right, well, here's new Aquaman now. Like, it's I don't know, Peter Skarsgård. Like, it just wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, but again, how do you can't have, if they do the Joker the way the Joker's supposed to look, what is Harley Quinn going to fall in the vat again? For like,
I don't know.
Oh, my tattoos are gone. Like, you can't have Harley Quinn looking like, the way she does, and very kind of edgy and more like, I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, and
watching my words, she looks like I don't know. Anyway,
like she'd have a job on the streets.
Yeah, like she doesn't look the way that she should look.
And yet, despite that, it's been one of the more popular Halloween costumes. I can't tell you how many times I've seen that. Like, everybody loves her freaking outfit. That's because
her ass is hanging out, and half her stomach's showing, and her boobs are out. It doesn't fit. They'd have to. I mean, and then who do you cast as it?
Yeah, I agree. It's not true to the character.
I mean, again, so if you were to do this, obviously they've already said they're doing it, whatever. And they recast Harley Quinn. Now they pretty much take Margot Robbie. Thank you very much. See you later. Or they do,
Do you think? I don't think they could recast Margot Robbie. I just don't see them being able to pull that off.
Again, then what do you do? How do you make her character fit the new Joker's look? Again, we don't even know what the new Joker looks like.
Right, but the simple answer would be you don't put a new Joker in.
Simple.
You just have the Joker with an unexplained disappearance, and they're gonna force this in, and I don't see it going well. They just don't have the track record to really prove to me they can pull this off.
I mean, I'm gonna, before we make predictions on who the hell they even cast as it, I'm gonna make a bold prediction. Ballsy prediction. It's a female.
I wouldn't be shocked if it was, if they went the PC route and cast a female or a person of color just to try and mix it up. As far as people capable of the role, it's slim pickings. I mean, to find an actor of that caliber that can really give you that, because Joker does have a certain charisma and charm about him. So, it's tough enough to pull that off, but then you've still got to pull off the crazy aspect. And then on top of that, he's kind of a genius. Some of Joker's plans are incredibly intricate. That it's not just a mediocre mind pulling that off. So to find someone that can kind of embody all that is so rare, which is why Ledger was such a good casting for that. And it was something nobody really expected to see coming. So I think they kind of need to go the same route, whereas you've got an established actor, but maybe someone who hasn't necessarily done something that in depth in the past who fits that bill. Off the top of my head, I really can't think of anyone.
So if I was to say right now, cast Joker and recast Harley Quinn, who do you pick?
I would not recast her. I would tell you you're crazy. If I was gonna recast Harley Quinn, honestly, Kaylee Cuoco comes to mind, but that's just because the animated show is doing so well. I don't know if she quite has the chops to pull it off live action. It's not any disrespect to her. I just haven't, seen her do any kind of fight scenes or anything like that where I'm not sure if it would be believable.
I don't think they've ever really casted a someone that does the voice into the live action before. I don't quote me on that. I don't.
No, they haven't. And honestly, there's this is slightly off topic, but it's actually very off topic. They missed an opportunity, I think, to do that with something recently, where the voice actress who plays Ahsoka Tano on the Star Wars Clone Wars series is not playing her in the live action Mandalorian show, and the actress they got is great. But I think it was just a missed opportunity. Like, if she's been doing the character for so long and she kind of fits the bill, like she can act, like why not throw her in there? But they got I believe it's Rosario Dawson instead is playing her.
In Star Wars.
Yeah, in the Mandalorian show, which is
you're right.
that's something we got to bring up.
Yeah, they did.
Love that show.
So I haven't seen it yet, so I'm not really a big Star Wars guy, but I can watch it and we could talk about it one day, or we could talk about Vader Down, because I did read that and that was actually really good.
Cool.
I mean, you said this before. If they were to recast the Joker, you mentioned this name before, Bill Skarsgård. He did It.
Oh yeah, see,
really well.
I always get confused because there's like what, 8 people in that family. Like their dad, the dad was in Thor, and then the one brother was in True Blood, and then there's a guy from It. I could kind of see that, just because It was kind of on the money with that. It was very similar in terms of the way he'd have to act. I think.
Yeah, I mean,
could see that.
They already kind of did it with that character. Like you said.
Sorry. No, I was gonna say Cameron Monaghan, I think, actually did a pretty good job too. I just think he's a little bit too young looking for it. I wouldn't quite believe him as an adult Joker. Like, granted, I know the guy's like probably in his 20s. I'm just saying he looks young for the part.
Yeah, but his Joker was kind of not really the Joker. It was kind of like the brother.
Well, yeah, it was like
brother. Something strange like that.
I hate when they do stuff like that. I'm trying to think who else would really be capable of pulling something like that off, and it's definitely a short list. There's no one jumping off to me that I'm like, this guy would be perfect. If they went with an older casting, Willem Dafoe, or obviously, the god of voice acting himself, Mark Hamill, would be amazing to have in there. Like, Mark Hamill owns that role. If you've ever seen him in any behind the scenes studio clips, he's been just absolutely phenomenal, just truly embodies the part. But that's if you're doing an older one. I mean,
yeah. I mean, you could also go like a weird route. You could probably
CGI.
No, I mean, in casting wise, I mean, you might be able to pull in someone like Michael C. Hall, who played Dexter. He might be able to do it. He's a theater actor, and he's pretty diverse on that. You could do maybe Bill Hader, whatever the hell you say his name.
Bill Hader is actually kind of an interesting choice, because I do think he has the chops for it, and obviously he's got the comedic, timing and stuff like that down. That's actually, I could kind of see that. Bill Hader's a very interesting choice there.
You heard it here first. If that happens, you heard it here.
Yeah, if that happens, we're promoting that. Everybody remember this, like it, share it.
You're definitely hearing that. I mean, and like I said, as for Harley Quinn, I guess you have to stick with what they got. I don't know. I don't
see how they could move it away from her. I kind of wish, like, I have this with a lot of the casting they did for that last round of movies with the DCEU. I think Leto should have gotten a different character to play, or a different version of Joker to play, I should say, just because he could have done something with it. I think he's a very good actor, but like, they gave him the absolute worst case scenario version of Joker to work with. Like, they tried to do too much and it completely failed.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely that whole movie. I know they're pitching another cut of that. I don't remember who the director was of that. I know it's
the Snyder cut, right? Or are you talking? Oh no, you mean Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the director from Guardians of the Galaxy. So that'll be interesting.
He's making the new one.
Right. Oh, you're talking about they're recutting the first.
They're trying to pitch to recut the first.
Oh, come on. Nobody needs that. I didn't hear about that. Nobody needs that.
I heard it. I don't know where I heard it. Where I read it. I gotta do.
The only good thing in that movie, aside from looking at Margot Robbie and like her acting and Will Smith's acting, was the soundtrack. Like, those are the top 4 things you're gonna get out of that film. Like, there's no reason to redo it. Justice League is a different story, just because the director had that, Zack Snyder's family suffered that tragedy in which he had to step away from the project. Like, I can understand the logic behind that one. There is no reason to reshoot Suicide Squad just because it sucked.
Well,
Like,
I
it's
mean, maybe when they do the Snyder Cut, I will have a new respect for Ben Affleck playing Batman. Again, it's not he wasn't my favorite, but again, after last week's episode of me going on my tangent too about Batman and Robin, I took my words back on that one. So I
yeah,
guess
Batman
I'm
where that
saying,
movie is
but
brutal.
breaking news, breaking news. I had
Yeah,
to hit you up. I was like, dude, we gotta go on. We gotta talk about this. We gotta put something
yeah,
together.
yeah. People need to know.
I mean, like I said, guys, you heard it here first. We said Bill Skarsgård, Bill Hader, and Hader, or you hell say it.
I think it's Tater. We might as well throw Bill Murray in there too. Just have three bills. Put all our bills in one place.
Yeah, and as for Harley Quinn, we're gonna say figure out a way to make the part work. I guess. I mean,
Yeah, they put
make
themselves
it.
between a rock and a hard place, but they at this point they're in a position where they cannot recast her.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at my my Batman figures on my wall over here, and she definitely doesn't look like that Harley Quinn that's up there. I'll tell you that much. So, hopefully, maybe they go with a good look. Injustice, the video game, has a really good look for her. Has a good look for Joker. The graphic novel did have a good look for Joker until they got spoiler alert. His fucking insides blown out by fucking Superman.
They'll do
So,
it.
but anyway, guys, thanks for watching. This is our breaking news. Once again, you can find us on Instagram.com/YMINerdOfficial, Facebook.com/YMINerd, YouTube. Again, we're still looking for those 100 subscribers because right now our URL
Yes,
link is
please,
whacked
please
out.
like, follow, subscribe, so we can, get this content to you easier. We hope you enjoy everything, and as always, leave us a note in the comments, something you'd like to see, something you hated, something you loved, whatever it is. We'll bring it up in the next issue.
And it's always a good time spending time with you, my friend. Once again,
Always a pleasure, sir.
I'm Cameron James, Matt Ferreira. Until next time, we're out.